Welcome back to another N.y.a show. I hope everybody's doing well on this great Saturday. Look at me changing the flow up. I don't even usually do my show on Saturday, but here we are. Here we are, everybody. I want to share this with y'all, this story this week, to let you know what's been going on. And of course, it's not the best of news, but it's the news that you need to know right now at the current moment. Hundreds of aid trucks have failed to return from Tigray since July. 455 trucks have entered Ethiopia's war-torn Tigray. Y'all gotta forgive me for saying it wrong, but I believe I'm saying it right from everything I've seen. But only 38 returned, hammering future aid delivery. So this is a major issue. There are drivers who are of the same background of the people of the region who are being hassled as they're coming in, as they went in. It's a lot of different elements that are going into why these trucks haven't made it back. They have not entered. Let's see, hundreds of aid trucks have not returned from Ethiopia's war-torn region. Their disappearance is the primary impediment to ramping up the humanitarian response, said the United Nations. The disclosure on Friday from the UN's World WFP comes amid rising fears of starvation deaths in Tigray, where the UN has previously estimated that about 350,000 people are facing famine-like conditions. So I wanted to play this video too to kind of sum up in vein of what's going on too and make a comment there. But I want to continue to bring light to this because there are people that we're talking about different things that are happening in other regions, but I want to be the one to push this story forward just because it's not as covered as the rest of these regions that are dealing with similar issues. So here we are. Let's play this video.
In Ethiopia's northern Tigray region, 9 months of war between the Ethiopian federal government and leaders in Tigray has spread into the neighboring regions of Afar and Amhara, creating a severe humanitarian crisis. The United Nations warns that what's effectively a blockade on aid convoys by rival forces is pushing millions of people to the brink of famine. People like Sadia Ali and her 5 children. They fled their farm 2 months ago following an attack by Tigray fighters. This makeshift tent in the Afar region has now become their new home. She says it took 2 weeks to get here by foot.
The whole journey was through the scorching sun, and the thirst for drinking water was agonizing. We were forced to drink rainwater from the ground, but that made us sick.
Last week, the WFP called on all parties to allow the movement of aid into the region, where 90% of the population are in urgent need of help. It estimates 100 trucks of aid need to enter Tigray each day to feed them. That warning came as rebel forces reportedly looted warehouses, destroying crucial food supplies.
We don't have any food stocks at the moment to plan with or to distribute. Whatever we have is currently being distributed or has already been distributed. So what we're looking at going forward is a difficult situation for us to keep providing services for our communities here.
In Afar and Amhara, the number of displaced people facing famine is expected to rise.
The situation improves unless the fighting dies down. We can only see this.
And you're watching all of these different representatives. You see, they don't look like us, well, me in particular, but they're giving us the information on what's going on in this region. I just wish there was more headline news because there are literally all these people starving. Listen to what they're saying. We're talking about the COVID. They're not. I haven't heard COVID mentioned one time in this story, but I know it's in the mix of everything that's going on as well. The woman said her and her family drunk freaking rainwater and ended up getting sick. Like they could have died.
The situation deteriorating extensively in the next weeks and months.
A stark warning in a country that's already suffered so much. Mohammed Adu, Al Jazeera, Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes, a region that has suffered so much already and continue to suffer until the fighting stops, which we don't know when it's going to come to a resolve and when it comes to what's going on in Ethiopia and the Tigray region and what they'll come to agreement on. But I feel like the United Nations has to do more and step in and try and put an end to it. just think if we were to get into some shit. That's what I'm thinking about. And all the people that have been affected, over 1 million. So people, they say 350,000. I seen 1 million at one place when I was reading of people that have been affected by what's been going on. And all these people have been fleeing from their homes. So at the end of the day, they're not even in a region where their home is. So imagine just being by yourself, your kids, you're just out here in the world trying to make a way. And then you have to turn around and just leave everything behind just to go to some other foreign place, and you don't know what's coming next. I want to bring more attention to it. Share the story, put it up on your IG, do all that good stuff, because I appreciate love and support every week. It's the N.y.a show. Leave your opinions down at the bottom. What do you think about this situation, what's going on in Ethiopia and the Tigray region? And, you know, much love to the people, and that this aid gets there and that things get sorted out and that bigger power step in, because at the end of the day, what's happening is not enough. Not enough.